Um, mm, 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 mm. I had to get out the bed, y'all, and come address this nonsense that's going on, okay? I don't understand why or how my Jazzy Life can think that doing what she doing is okay. There's no way possible you can think that this is okay. You mean to tell me you got CPS at your house, and after that, you think it's good to get on live for hours at a time, and your kids are basically managing themselves while you are looking like a child? It's like a teenager in a house with a bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying? It's chaotic. It's out of order. It's just no structure because there's no adult there. It's a teenager with a house full of kids. If I was your neighbor, I would report you to CPS. But look, before I report you, I would knock on your door and say, look, we need to have a talk. Because I know good and well these people are tired of hearing you and them kids. They screaming, they doing the most. And you not saying nothing. You just looking at the light, looking at the phone, camera like this. Zoned out. What is wrong with you? Who raised you? You are a mother, okay? There are no holidays. There are no vacation days. There are no sick days. Hell, there ain't no paydays. You are a mother. You hit the floor before your children hit the floor. You hit the bed after your children hit the bed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I've had my children on a schedule since they were 3 months old. Don't tell me it can't be done. 3 months old. I was a mother at 20 years old with my first child. Okay? I lived with my mom for about 3 months after I had her. And I got my own apartment. She had her own room. And at 3 months, I would give her, I had a routine with her. See, this is the thing. When you have a routine with a child, when they get to be 16, 14, and 12, your house sound like mine right now. Quiet. Because I raised them on a routine. Do you understand what I'm saying? They had dinner by a certain time. After that, they had bath time. I read to them, and then they went to sleep. Okay? I also gave them a snack some nights. You know what I'm saying? But there was a routine. And them babies would go to bed. I would lay them down at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. That way they had time to wind down. So by 9 o'clock, they're asleep. Anybody could call my house after 9 o'clock, and they'd be like, Dad, it's quiet. Where the kids at? They sleep. I'm not going to be no mama 24 hours a day. Ain't nobody finna call me, hang on me, jump on me, hit me, play on me all day long. No, ma'am. Because you will lose your mind, especially when you have multiples. I don't care if you have one. You got to have a routine. You got to have structure. It don't make no sense. And you can say, oh, well, we went to the hospital tonight. It ain't because you went to the hospital tonight. That ain't the only reason, because last night it was the same way. And you didn't go to the hospital last night. They weren't on no routine last night. They were still up last night. They were still screaming last night. You were still looking retarded last night. So, who's the adult? I don't care. Let me tell you something, baby. I don't care what time I get home. I don't care. We could have had church. We could have had anything. Okay? If they already ate, they already know what follow when we get home. A bath and the bed. Period. That's it. It's not playtime. We're not communicating. We're running a system. Who getting in the shower first? Who getting in the shower next? Excuse me. That's how it's gonna go. Ain't no man, and listen very carefully, ain't no man gonna put up with that. No man. You gotta be a woman. You gotta be a mother. And every day, no, you don't feel like it. No. But this is what you signed up for once you decided to carry a child and bring a child into this world. You signed up for long nights, early mornings, no sleep, no eat, whatever it takes to make sure that your routine is followed and your kids are good. Why come on live in front of thousands of people to show them what you showed them tonight? And let me tell you something. These people that's your mods and supposed to be supporting you, they're not supporting you. They're laughing at you behind your back, your friends too. Because anybody with some good sense would tell you, Jasmine, you don't need to be on no live like that. You need to get your behind on a schedule. You need to get those kids on a schedule. Or you're going to be at the nut house. And that's for real. Honest to God. Them kids should be in bed every night by 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Every night. Every night. And you don't leave the house. You're home all day. There's no excuse. Mm-mm. And then if you put them on the schedule and they in the bed by 8 o'clock, guess what? You got time to edit. You got time to chill and take you a bubble bath, drink your glass of wine, get on live and do whatever you want to do. And it's going to be quiet. And the babies is going to be taken care of and they're going to be asleep. We as black women have a hard enough rap as it is. And you getting on here doing what you doing is not making us look good at all. Period. Ain't nobody hating on you. Ain't nobody want what you got. I'm being real with you. I'm telling you the truth if nobody else will. Sis, you got to get it together because ain't no way in the world CPS could have came to my house and then I got on live like I did tonight and last night. You cannot leave a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, however old Caitlin is, in a bathtub unattended while you're on live. You cannot do that. And then scream at them for putting water on the floor. What did you think was going to happen when you left them unattended in a bathtub of water? Did you know it only takes a teaspoon of water for a child to drown? A teaspoon. That's it. They do not have to be submerged underwater for them to drown. Contrary to a lot of people's belief, those kids could be in that bathtub playing while you on live and that baby drown. Then what? Then you're going to want to kill Amaya and kill Caitlin for it? When it's your fault, it's your responsibility to watch those kids. Amaya ain't even old enough to be watching herself by herself anyway. Period. When my kids was that little, let me tell you something, baby. My kids is 2 years apart. I had all three of them at one time, 2, 4, and 6. Okay? I had a baby at one time, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. They were all 2 years apart, all right there together. I would put all of them in the bathtub together, and I would not leave them. I would go ahead and watch them, all three. Boom, boom, boom. I started with the youngest. Watch that youngest one, and I'll be right there in the bedroom because I had a bathroom in my bedroom. And I'll be in my bedroom. Go ahead and get that one dried up and get that one's clothes and pampers on. Put that one on the bed, get that one situated, give it to my husband. Start back with the next one, smallest one. Get that one out the tub. You know what I'm saying? Dry it up, put the clothes on, powder it down. Okay, next one, bam. And I did that until they got old enough to watch themselves, until they got old enough to, when they get to that age where they want a little privacy. Okay, now y'all ain't finna wash all together like that. When they got ready to kind of look at each other differently and stuff like, no, because I had two girls and I had one little boy. So I would go ahead and wash them right on up and get them right on out. It wasn't no playtime. Okay? Want no water on my flows at all, baby. You gotta have a system. Some things you just gotta wait for. It's not that you gotta prioritize what's more important right now. Getting on live or making sure I get my kids washed, bathed, and in the bed. And if they went to the hospital, all of them needed a bath. I don't care if you watched him right before you went to the hospital. The fact that he went to the hospital in the midst of a pandemic and their babies and they touch everything, they needed a bath, all of them. I don't care that he had just had a bath. There's no excuse for that. But you come home and the first thing you do is want to jump on live. You should have got those kids situated, put them to bed, and then got on live. But y'all think and it's not about, somebody looking down on you or somebody. It's because we all have been there. You're not special because you got 4 little kids. You're not special. Women have done it before and have mental problems and depression and have done it before. There's no excuse. Nobody's finna give you a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Finna break you off a piece of no Kit Kat bar. No. It don't make no sense. I mean, really. I want you to go back and look at it live and ask yourself, are you proud of what you just showed thousands of people? And if you can tell me that you're proud of what you just showed thousands of people, you worse off than I thought. For real, for real. For real, for real. I feel sorry for Amaya, and I feel sorry for Caitlin. That little girl has too much on her. Why did you tell them to clean the bathroom? And Amaya had pooped on the floor. At that point, it was your job to get your behind up off of live. Go in that bathroom and clean it up and disinfect it because there's poop on the floor. And if she pooped getting out the tub, then there's probably a trail of poop all the way to your room. But you continue to sit there and tell a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old to clean it up. Okay. Can we say smear party? Shit gonna be everywhere, on the walls, on the tub, in the towels. So now you got a bigger problem than what you started with if you just would have got off live, handled the situation. And you fuss and you cuss them out as if they're teenagers and they knew better. But they're kids. They're babies. I mean, it's like watching a train wreck. Something bad is going to happen. The little boy done fell jumping off the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine if that was the balcony because he climbed up on the chair or on the table over the balcony that you put on the balcony. That was a hazard too. These are children, babies. Babies and children have little people in their brains that talk to them and tell them to do all kind of shit. And they do it because they're kids. They're babies. They don't know no better. They don't see no danger. Okay? So you can't lock them in a room or close the door, not lock them, but close the door and leave them in a room for hours unattended. They could swallow a little toy. You know, toys and Happy Meals come with these little toys and they got all kind of little pieces to them. You got Legos and all these little pieces. You know what I'm saying? They put them in their mouth and now you got a choking hazard. And you on live for hours without checking on them or seeing what's going on. And then everything gets quiet and you think, oh, they just sleep. They just sleep. And you don't go check on them for hours. And something could really be wrong. You know? Like, you gotta prioritize. I would not get on live. I would not make a video or do any of that until my children were settled. Okay? That's why I don't have probably a lot of videos, and my YouTube dreams and aspirations probably will never take off because my kids come first. My family comes first. Like, period. Period. That's just what happens, you know? Mm-mm. And in order for a man to want to stay with you or Chrissy, y'all got to get y'all house together. Because ain't no man going to want to stay with you and hear all that screaming and children out of control. Children up all times of days and hours like they the boss. No, you're not the boss. I'm the boss. And boss gonna have peace. You understand me? There shall be peace in the valley. Okay? I wish it would be 10, 11 o'clock and I'm still up here kikiing with my kids like we friends. Like, no. Schedules were for peace. So that you could chill, you know, like, hey, I got a little time. And even if you too tired to have that time, guess what? I get to go to sleep early. So I'm ready and refreshed, you know? So I can sit here and glow at this time of night with nothing on my face, you know? Yeah. And I'm home with these kids, home schooling them 100%. They're not going to school. They're staying home because it is unsafe to send my kids to school. And guess what? I get up every morning and I cook breakfast. They have lunch and dinner by the time my husband is walking through the door. And I don't expect a award, and I don't expect a day off, and I don't expect to be special queen. No, I'm just doing what mothers do and have done for years. It's called being a mother, being a wife, taking care of your household, cleaning, cooking, washing clothes. Like, it's just part of being a woman, a real woman. Like y'all like to say all the time, I'm grown, I'm grown. And I remember when me and my husband first started talking, I used to say, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown, I'm grown. I was trying to prove a point. He reminded me the other day, I was like, babe, you ain't said I'm grown in a long time. I said, no, I ain't got to no more. I know I'm grown. I get up every morning and do grown people stuff. You know what I'm saying? And sitting on a live while my house is chaotic is not grown people stuff. That's not being a grown woman. That's not being a boss. bitch, as y'all like to say. No, that's not being any of those things. That's being an unfit parent. Okay? That is being 2 steps away from being on the psych ward. Okay? Nobody wants that. Nobody is jealous of that. Nobody is hating on that. We want to stop it before the train actually wrecks, you know? It's like on what's my movie Ghost? When Whoopi Goldberg said, Molly, girl, you in danger. Bruh. Jazzy, girl, you in danger. Okay? Get it together. Clean it up. From one sister to another, I want to see you succeed. I want to see you move into a brand new house. I want to see the kids have their own room. I want to see you go back to school, you know what I'm saying? I want to see you start a business. I want to see you have some merch. I want to see you in love. I want to see you married. I want to see all of that good stuff for you, sis. Because this right here, my nigga, this right here, this ain't what you want. This lifestyle of CPS and drama and chaotic life, this is not what you want. There has been a many of young women that have lost their children to the system. They will tell you if they could do it again, they would. There's been a lot of young women who have lost their children to senselessness that wish that they could do it all over again. You understand what I'm saying? So if I was you, sis, hey, listen to us that's trying to help you. Please, please, please. You got me up out my bed for this one, cuz. Come on now. Get it together. I'm trying to tell you, because guess what? After them kids go through this little toddler phase and all of that comes adolescent phase, and after that comes teenager phase, and that's when they get to tell you how they feel about everything you did, girl. Whether it was good or whether it was bad, they're going to tell you. They may not verbally say it, but they're going to show you one way or the other. Okay? Having Caitlyn doing all of this and all of that, that ain't going to be cute when she's 16. It's not. All of that twerking and that's not going to be cute when she's 16. Trying to tell you. You better get it together now while they're getting this good, while they little. I'm trying to tell you, because when they get to be teenagers, it is no going back. Do you hear me? I got good teenagers. I promise you. Because, baby, I see my nieces and nephews and, like, my friends' kids and stuff, like, baby, it's going to tell on you. It's going to tell on you one day. I promise you. You decide now what you want that story to be like. What do you want them to say? Because they're going to say it. But, baby, I'm going back to get into bed with my husband. I just wanted to give you a word of advice to let you know, tighten up. Go back and watch that video. And please, get it together, sis. We want what's best for you. This is not coming from a bad place. This is coming from a disturbed mother place. From one mother to the other. You know what I'm saying? Period. No makeup. Seriously. You got me out to be here for this one. Okay? Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.